Welcome to Men of Comics. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about finale. So if you've seen the finale, you can stay tuned. If you've missed it, back out. Let's start off with the DC universe first, then we're going to cross over to the Marvel universe.
Yeah, okay. So I have a bunch of DC fanboys. I'm a DC fanboy, so we're going to do DC, right? DC. Ryan, give us a little bit of your thought on what was the first season like and what did you like about it?
So one thing I like about Flash, it proves that you can stay true to the comic book verse and make a very good storytelling. You don't have to go dark like Zack Snyder. I'm looking at you right now. You don't have to change the character and make a character dark for the audience to enjoy it in today's age. And I think this first season of Flash really proved it beautifully.
So the thing is, what I see from this current point of view is I see Flash going into Flashpoint Paradox. And if you've seen Flashpoint Paradox, the animated movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But from what I understand, this is actually heading towards Flashpoint Paradox from my point of view. What are your thoughts?
I don't think it's heading exactly into the Flashpoint Paradox. They might take some inspirations from that, but because what I feel is the universe that the Flash is set in, that is already an alternate universe.
No, why I say it's heading towards Flashpoint Paradox is because if you've seen the animated movie, there's one point where actually Reverse Flash is killed off in that bomb blast, and he is presumed dead in Flashpoint Paradox.
You can't escape, Flash. The adhesive will never completely liquefy, regardless of speed. I'm counting on that.
Now you got no choice, Tom. Disarm the bombs, or you blow up with us.
Very well. If it means shattering your golden throne in history, linking your name forever to the city's darkest hour, then my life is a small price to pay.
And Barry runs into that whole thing to save his mom, and he ends up in this parallel universe where
his mom is still alive.
His mom is still alive, and Professor Zoom or Reverse Flash, he's called Professor Zoom as well, is still there.
I love what you've done with this. This is all your fault.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of correlating it to that particular.
But what I feel will happen is, see, Eddie, he went into that wormhole kind of alternate dimension portal thing.
Yeah.
He will eventually turn out alive
And probably take on the mantle.
No mantle. Since he will be alive, the Reverse Flash would also come to life again.
Yeah.
And I know people gush a lot about what's the guy name, man, who plays Dr. Harrison Wells. Tom Cavanagh, sorry. Yeah. People gush a lot about his acting. I mean, and I'm also a fan of his.
Yeah,
but Matt Lesher, who played the true Reverse Flash or Eobard Thawne, I am a big fan of him as well from the Zorro days.
Yeah, he's not been covered a lot.
He's not been given much exposure. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of Matt Lesher. Since now they've actually I think they run out of Harrison Wells as the Reverse Flash thing.
So Harrison Wells is going to become one of those guys who helps out, Barry Allen throughout the course of his saving people and all that.
Yeah,
that's what
it's going to be difficult for me to watch the show without him now. That's
yeah. So but he's confirmed. He's confirmed.
Yeah.
The second season is confirmed. So now we're talking about Flash, and we just have to talk about the finale and the part where he runs into that the
Black hole.
Not the black hole.
Towards the end, right?
Not towards the end. The one before that where he taps into the Speed Force.
The Speed Force.
That's when he
And he
sees
sees a lot of visions. Yes, a lot of visions and the Easter eggs, and the first one being I want to get your thoughts about Jay Garrick. His helmet coming into this
thing. And what's very strange is that when he met his mother, she said, "You look like my father."
Yeah, you look like my father. So there was a speculation which we had was that Ethan put it really well that probably Jay Garrick is this one's grandfather.
His grandfather.
This is Barry Allen's grandfather, and you can see also that there's a lot of overlaps in the Flash timeline because Harrison Wells or Eobard Thawne is actually afraid of Jay Garrick when his helmet flies in because he says it's not a very good time for me to be here anymore.
What the hell is that?
That's my cue to leave.
It's time for me to
So
leave.
more than the Flashpoint universe, it actually touched on multiple universes.
Multiverse, the multiverse.
So one of the things I'm actually satisfied is like you think like the show is going to head in that direction and it actually goes in that direction.
Yeah. It's a very good take on the entire Marvel. I'm sorry about DC universe, not Marvel.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So, what about the Easter eggs? You want to talk about the Easter eggs?
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, the best was, of course, the first Easter egg on the right that Caitlin Snow finally turned into Killer Frost.
Yeah. That was
Not too happy with the makeup and all. She looked kind of weird, like a Barbie doll. But there's always the final.
Well, and then there's also the nod, like the Museum of Flash.
Yeah.
Museum of Flash.
There's also the future, the next
spin-off.
Legends of
Tomorrow. And then you see Barry Allen actually sitting inside the jail. There's one sort of plot point where he's sitting, wearing those clothes and on the telephone. So there's one of that. So I mean those Easter eggs were really cool. So yeah, Flash has had. I mean, the only weak point probably have been the villains, not the major ones, but the side ones where
the filler episodes.
The filler episodes. Basically, there was one with the bee queen or something like that.
Yeah, from Walking Dead, Emily Kinney.
Yeah,
Emily
so
Kinney.
that was a little let down. Fighting off bees and you get stung and you get a heart attack. And
But ironically, Smallville had one episode which had a similar villain.
Smallville sucked big time. Don't even bring Smallville.
Alright. So anyway, so Flash has been a phenomenal TV series to start with, and DC is building upon the Arrow, and now they're going into the Legends of Tomorrow as well. So we're going to talk about that a little later. And so finally, guys, what do you think about? What are your thoughts on the next season? What do you want to see in the next season that's going to come up?
One concern I have about the next season with the Flash is they've used most of his villain gallery.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want them to go into Arrow territory where
they use
Batman's villains and all other characters, major villains as in.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? I think Arrow is the Batman of this multi-universe.
He is,
I think that's what's happening over here.
Yeah.